It's time for the final question. Now, each of the contestants were given the question before the show. I'll read the question one more time, and you'll each have 30 seconds to answer. Best of luck. Cyberbullying is one of the greatest problems facing young people today. How would you help solve this? Philippines.
Well, I actually really like this question because I think it's a topic that all of us can relate to, because as beauty queens, we do get bashed online. There's a lot of negative comments, especially when the competition gets tough. So I think it's a question that we understand, but we also know that it's something that's very hard to avoid because sometimes we can't really control what other people say or what other people think. But I think the best thing we can do is use our platform and use our voices because the whole world is watching us. So whenever we see someone being bullied online, I think that we can't be passive bystanders. We have to do something about it. We have to point it out, and we have to remind them that trolls and bashers aren't allowed on our Facebook pages, and it's our job to just post things that are positive rather than negative or something that condemns other people. So.
Thank you, Philippines. Serbia.
The crown on my head and the smile that comes behind it is the heart that is asking me, which makes this an incredible journey.
In your video, you said when you were a kid that you were one of the boys. Yeah. Did you ever think that you would be at Miss World?
No, definitely not at all. I think it was the last thing on my mind. And maybe that's because when I was a little girl, I never knew how to do makeup. I never wanted to wear heels because all the boys were shorter than me. I was an athlete and I wanted to become a doctor. So I think the world and the people that surrounded me didn't really believe in pageants, and they were victims to that stereotype of what pageants were. But I think all of that changed when Miss World actually came to the Philippines, because that's when people realized that, being a Miss World wasn't about how beautiful you looked or how well you dressed. It was about using your beauty to do something good. And, in the Philippines, when you put a beauty queen and a politician in the room, people listen to the beauty queen. So it's quite a big deal. And today, I know I'm not a doctor, but I like to think that all of us here are kind of like doctors in some way, because every day it's our job to make someone's life a little bit better than it was yesterday. So I couldn't be any prouder.
Thank you so much, Philippines. Presentations of Group 17. Contestants' official Miss World Facebook page, voting for them on the Miss World website, or voting for them on their official MobStar accounts. The contestant with the most increase in votes, likes, and follows after this episode will advance directly to the Miss World Final 40.